Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah. Because my mom was like, my mom. Yeah. So I always was like, it's down, right? You know, like, I'm sorry. Yeah.
All right, guys, can we get started? We're gonna get started. Take your seat. Let's turn down the music.
I got you.
Let's get serious mode. Let's get business mode again. Turn on this. Yeah. I know, John. I see you rocking with it. Sorry, I stopped you. Sorry, I stopped you. That's fine. All right, perfect. All right. So welcome to our first meeting of March 2023. How are you guys feeling? How's everything going? Good. Good. Nice.
Great.
Nice. Have you guys noticed the difference in the market from today, from let's say January of this year? You guys notice the difference?
Yeah,
Yes. Tina, what have you noticed?
multiple offers again,
Exactly.
removing of appraisal contingencies again.
Yeah, in a matter of a few months, right? The market just completely changed. I'm gonna go more into it in depth as we go through our presentation today. So let's start with the message from our president as we start to get the clicker working. Good.
Oh, volume went down. Hold on.
Yes.
Pause for 5 seconds.
Perfect.
Okay, you can put it now.
There you go, should start now.
Hello,
There you go.
welcome to March. Mark King here, President KWI, and look, I am so excited about what we just went through at Family Reunion. It was an amazing week. If you didn't get a chance to go, please put it on your list for next year. We'll be in Las Vegas. And here's what I would tell you, 11,000 family members showed up in Anaheim, California, and I think had a little bias here, but the best family reunion ever. And yet that's only 6% of our entire ecosystem. So if you didn't get a chance to go, please get online, watch the keynote speaker. You can find some of that on Connect. Watch Gary's vision speech. It will make you smarter. There's some breakout content coming your way. The playbooks from Jason. Literally, there's so much value at this family reunion. I can't even tell you all about it. You're gonna have to go find out about it. But please dig in and look into coming next year. It's no secret, we're in a shift. We're entering March, we're entering the springtime, and yet we might have to do a little bit more. We might have to write a few more listings. We might have some listings expire that didn't actually happen over the last couple of years. It's okay. Those of us who take market share during a shift will never relinquish it. This is your moment. This is your opportunity. So focus on the most important thing. We call it the 80-20 principle. And you know it as Wilfredo Pareto's principle from 1834. He's an Italian economist and all that good stuff. And yet, focus on the things that matter most. What matters most? It's contracts written, it's listings taken. That's what matters the most right now. For the market centers, it's adding to people's profit share. It's keeping that profit high so we keep profit sharing at a high level so we continue to grow. Have an amazing March, and I'll see you in April.
All right. So our MVP, to build careers worth having, businesses worth owning, lives worth living, experiences worth giving, and legacies worth leaving. To be the real estate company of choice for agents and their customers. God, family, then business. Win-win or no deal, integrity, do the right thing, customers always come first, commitment in all things, communication, seek first to understand, creativity, ideas before results, teamwork, together everyone achieves more, trust starts with honesty, equity, opportunities for all, success for both your people. Keller Williams thinks like a top producer, acts like a trained consultant, and focuses all his activities on service, productivity, and profitability. All right, so this is our time. Our very show that we call it entitled.
Hey,
I can't hear you. Let's say it again.
Hey.
Thank you. Much better, much better. All right. So we have a game show today. We're going to call on our first two contestants. So Amy, Can you help me announce our contestants for today's show?
Sure, Chair.
All right, so get your tickets ready.
All right, 823-3728.
Yeah, here.
All right. Okay, perfect. Yes. Always, John. It's every other meeting is John, right? He's lucky. That's
Yeah, I
why.
guess so. All right, so 8233729.
All right, Clara, perfect. Yes, teammates going against each other. I like it. I like it. I can feel the tension in the room. I like it. There you go. All right, perfect. All right, so let's go on to today's property on that game show title. Perfect, perfect. All right, so our beautiful property today, it is a 5-bedroom, 3.5 bath, 2,543 square feet. As you can see here, it's a 2-car attached garage. It was built in 1984. It was on the market for literally 19 days. And it closed just a little over a week ago. In the city of Chino Hills, of course, because all our properties are in the city of Chino Hills because our office is located in what city? Thank you. You guys gotta be an expert in your city, right? So we're gonna go with John first. So John, name that price, John. Remember, it just closed like a little less than 2 weeks ago.
19 days on the market.
Yes. 5-bedroom, 3.5 bath, about 2,543 square feet. Closed quickly.
Okay. 1,129,000.
Okay, well then once we're right.
129.
All right, any sense? Or you were just going there? All right, perfect. All right, Clara. 5-bedroom, 3.5 bath, 2,543 square feet on the market for 19 days, closed a little less than 2 weeks ago.
I'm gonna say 1.2.
1.2. Okay. Any sense with that? Any other dollars? No, just 1.2?
Yeah.
Okay, doing little whole numbers. Okay, I like it. All right, perfect. So I'm gonna ask the audience. 5-bedroom, 3.5 bath, 2,543 square feet, closed in 19 days. Closed a little less than 2 weeks ago.
John says 950.
I would say 9, I was gonna say 970.
970. Okay. All right, who else?
John said 950.
990.
Okay.
950, 990. Okay, 1.15. Okay. All right, you said 950, 990 over here?
990, he says.
990. What do you say,
He
Brian?
changed his number, okay.
What do you say, Brian? Since you speak for John, let's speak for you. What do you
I'll
say?
speak for Brian, he said 950.
There you go.
Okay, perfect. All right, one more guess.
It's a 1.1.
1.1. Okay, all right. So the retail price of this gorgeous property is $940,000.
That's my number.
Yes. So. Yes, 1.129, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, okay, and Claire's yes, 1.2, right? So mathematically only, the closest to 940,000 would be John, so congratulations, John.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, so let's give a hand to John. Okay. And of course, unlike Joe, no one leaves empty-handed, okay? So John, you'll have your gift card, and Clara, you're going to have a special book.
Okay.
Yes, yeah, so again, like I said, no one leaves us without being tried. So, give me a hand.
Like I was talking
Yeah.
to Brian right now, the biggest indicators was not the specs of the house, because the specs are the specs. It's the days that it's sold.
Days
19
on
days in this market is fast, so that means that the price had to be great.
There was a 9 in front of it.
Absolutely, for sure, definitely. That's why I kept saying 19 days, right? 19 days, right? Yeah. For 19 days? Let me double check.
Sounds low.
No, it wasn't cash, actually, it was conventional.
Conventional.
Conventional, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was
Motivated seller.
conventional. Very motivated seller, absolutely, for sure. Yes, and just imagine, I mean, this property closed in 19 days, right? So, and so it's possible that it could have been priced when they actually talked to the agent before we started seeing the increase in multiple offers, right? You think about it, most of the time when you sit down with the seller, you're usually putting together a plan before you actually come on the market, right? So when this agent sat down with the seller, this could have been in like early December or January before we actually started seeing the market tick up, right? So this seller closes at 940. What if they would have came on the market now or a couple weeks ago? How much would they have got? They probably would have got close to over $1 million easily, right?
Question, what did it list for? What did it sell for? You know?
Yeah, it was listed for 949. And so for 940,
And they got 940.
right?
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, I was closer than I thought.
Yeah, you're close to the list, right? Absolutely, yes.
So that's actually a really good, interesting indicator right there. Even though the price was very competitive, 949, they came in $10,000 low.
Right, for
So it
sure.
was on the market for 15 to 20 days before they accepted an offer and then they closed.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, it was only marked for 19 days.
Yeah.
So the thing is, like, went on the market, went to escrow, and it closed. You know what I mean? Just looking at the time frame there. But think about it. If this seller could have waited, came on the market now, chances are they would have got over $1 million.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it just tells you how fast the market has changed in such a short amount of time. So, yeah. All right, let's give it up for our March birthdays. Yes. Yeah, everyone was born in March.
One person that's not on there. Not good.
Yes.
Yes, gotcha.
That was a reason for it. There's,
Gotcha.
yes.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, the person requested not to be on there. No, that person requested not to be on there. Okay, okay. But you want to privately go tell them happy birthday.
Should we give like a happy birthday?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Yeah,
Okay.
not yet. Maybe tomorrow.
Per request.
Per request,
Okay.
absolutely, for sure, yes.
Happy
Already tried.
birthday.
Already tried.
Put that together.
Yeah. And for our March work anniversary, so we'll give it for our March work anniversary. All right, so our March newcomers, my wife, you'll see her, she'll be in the office next week, so when you guys see her, give her a nice KW Vision welcome. Yes. All right, this is the bucket fills portion, so this is the opportunity for you guys to give appreciation, acknowledge someone that might have helped you with a question, might provide some great motivation, you know what I mean, or someone that you aspire and you look up to, so take it away, let's fill somebody's bucket, let's bring a smile to the person's face today.
Much gratitude to Danny for helping and supporting our people, being available and answering questions and just helping everyone get on the right foot that joins the program. So thank you for what you're doing.
Yeah, I like that. You're welcome, man. Yeah. Yeah,
She had a birthday a couple weeks ago, so.
yeah, she did. Yeah, she had an adult only trip to Vegas. So the baby got to stay at home. So you need that time. I understand. Absolutely. Awesome. Well, I want to take an opportunity. I want to fill 2 people's buckets. Actually, I want to fill 3 people's buckets, actually. I just feel like I just want to fill these buckets. So the first bucket I'm gonna fill up Mr. John. I want to fill Mr. John's bucket. I mean, John, he's a hard worker. I always see him here. Anytime I challenge him to do something, he does it. I challenge him to go out and do some door hangers, him and Claire actually. And they both actually went out to the neighborhood and doing door hangers. And Claire was so nice to record Mr. John, leaving the house with his like sunglasses on, all cool and everything, dropping off the door hangers. You know what I mean? So I definitely want to fill Claire and John's bucket. So let's give it up for them. And I also want to fill up another person's bucket. if there was a name for a person, tenacity in the dictionary, that would be Vershawn. Vershawn is one of the hardest working people I know. He puts in 110%. You know, she's out there showing properties, she's out there writing offers, she's in class learning, she's not afraid to ask questions, so I think want to put your bucket. All right, perfect. And before we move on, I'm gonna see if anyone else wants to fill a bucket. I took a lot of it. I know I was a little selfish about filling out people's buckets, but I want to give you guys the opportunity to fill someone's bucket before we move on. Going once? Going twice? All right, we are moving on. All right, this is the part where you pitch your listing. So this is the part where you talk about any listings that you have coming soon. A seller that you be ready to prep their house, or maybe someone that told you, hey, if I got this price, I will sell my house. So I'm in a room full of realtors, you guys are talking to people, so I'm sure you guys have someone, right? Someone that might mention that they would sell their house and you got this price.
Got one coming up, Westminster, it's a 3-bedroom, 1.5 baths. That's coming up. We're looking for end of March is what we're looking for. Square footage is 1,400. Yeah, we're looking in the 850, 875 range.
Nice, yeah, nice area. Nice. Anyone else has a list you want to pitch?
Yeah, I got Marina Valley.
Mhm.
3-bedroom, 3-bath, 1,800 square feet. Been on the market for 18 days, single family. We did do a price improvement from 520 to 499. And in that same community this morning, I just saw, you know, it's copycat league, so they just matched our price. Another one in Corona, 4-bedroom, 2-bath. That one is 2,100 square feet and it's at 740.
And how long has that one been on the market?
That one's on hold currently because the client is on vacation and
Okay.
doesn't want to show it. But we're on the market on that one already for like 50 days.
Okay,
Doesn't want to do price improvement. When he comes back, we're probably gonna go down to 419, 900. But we're even at that 740 price, it's still getting activity, a ton of activity. So that's the reason why he wants to hold to that price.
okay,
But obviously, like we know, we can always drive the price up if we get 2 offers. So
absolutely, for sure. So you guys hearing Ron's story, is there anything you guys could suggest that he can do with the amount of showings that he's getting?
So
Maybe like do a survey, right? Maybe getting some feedback from the agents, what their buyers are saying.
Yeah.
That could be something to present to them, because obviously, you know, when we talk to our clients, they're like, yeah, you're just telling us stuff. But we actually have people coming to your house and they're giving their evaluations about price, condition, things like that. That can be a lot stronger. So I mean, that's something I would suggest.
it's
You know,
just,
yeah,
I already know what it is. Shows well, great house, it's the cluttering.
decluttering.
That's,
Okay,
I already know, and there's
Okay.
no way around it.
yeah,
We've had tough conversations, so.
yeah. Now you got a hoarder situation, huh?
It's not too bad. It's not
Okay.
like it's bad order, but it's just personal items. That's what it is.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I mean, with this market turning, I'm sure you'll have a buyer sooner or later.
So
Absolutely.
Now I have my photographer who's editing photos, which are gonna be like, this is how it would look with all his photos.
Okay.
Gotta think outside the box for that.
Make sure it's not done in the MLS.
They're gonna see it, so they'll know.
Perfect. Awesome. I like that. Yeah, definitely keep a post on that.
The Marina Valley, 499.
Reno Valley, not Marietta.
No, not Marina.
The Reno Valley.
Mobile.
499, how many bedrooms? How many bedrooms?
3 bedrooms, 3 baths.
And it's been 30 days,
18.
18 days?
The other properties in the community have been on the market for either 60, 45. They didn't touch any price improvements. I think right when we saw ours, they were like, oh, let's copy him. So we started at 520 and I said, you know what, we gotta be in front of these people. Cause I always say you need at least 2 active buyers a week to at least to gauge your activity. And we weren't getting that the first 2 weeks. So I was like, okay, the price, the conditions there, obviously location is what it is. And the price isn't where it's not matching. So let's go with 499. Let's bring a new pool of buyers that are searching on their phones from 500 and lower. And so, yeah,
Can I have the address?
yeah, of course.
Awesome. Any other people want to pitch their listings? Going once,
Or the MLS number?
going twice?
I'll fix it.
All right, we're moving forward. All right, perfect. So also make sure you guys send your listings to Mo. Actually, he gets the opportunity to blast them out to agents, right? Because the thing is, you never know when a new buyer pops up. You never know when a new agent just complete a buyer consultation, right? So make sure you are sending those listings so we can get them more exposure for you and your clients. All right, I want to give a special congratulations to Clara for congratulations. Yes, love it. Great way to kick off 2023. So keep up the good work. All right, so what is happening in our market center? Classes, trainings, right? So at the top there, you see we have a lot of Zoom classes. Also, we have our in-house classes here. Definitely starting to see a lot more momentum, a lot more productivity from our 6-figure agent bootcamp classes. You know, so definitely you guys have opportunity to definitely jump in there, get some scripture role play going on, get some of that motivation, definitely take time to do that. This Friday, we're gonna have a class with our chief compliance officer, Sandy. She's gonna be going over addendums to the residential purchase agreement, as well as other documentation. This is information you need to know, especially if you're out there writing offer for your clients. So make sure you're doing that. All right, and this is the flyer to the event that she's actually doing. It's gonna be this Friday, 2:30 to 3:30. It's gonna be in here. Sandy's amazing. You guys have already, if you have not heard her speak, she's amazing. She's very knowledgeable about contracts. So definitely make sure you guys come to attend and learn. All right, next Wednesday, we are having our Win with Sellers. So this is part of our Growth by Numbers initiative. So it's gonna be here from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. hosted by our very own Red's Wealthy team, Brian and Mercedes Aaron. They're gonna be sharing the tactics and skills necessary to get more sellers, to generate more listings and more listing referrals. So make sure you guys attend. All right, next stakeholders meeting, we're gonna have March 22nd. It's gonna be with our panel of purpose-sized homes. We're gonna talk about women in real estate. You know what I mean? Like, we have a lot of great women entrepreneurs, and they're definitely gonna share, you know, what they go through in terms of like running their business, family life, all that kind of stuff, and how they still are able to balance that and still be top producers. So make sure you guys attend.
Are we celebrating Women's Day today?
And it's a month, actually, International Women's Month, actually.
Huh?
It's the whole market first. Yes, go Victor.
We are still opening Kelly Dueñas.
Yes, Condos and Kelly, still every Wednesday at 9 o'clock.
Would like to make a comment, especially for new agents around here or the old ones. Make every effort every Wednesdays to be and listen to her. She dominates the purchase contract and disclosures. And for new agents, it's invaluable the information she gives. She's a mediator, I mean. So I'm 40 years in the business and I keep listening every Wednesday because you always learn something. Kelly Dueñas.
Oh,
Yes, Condos and Kelly every Wednesday at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, there is a link for that, so maybe
Yes.
you want to check it out.
Yes, so that every week, doesn't it, Mo?
Yes, sir.
Yes, and we're also having a listing clinics. We're gonna have a watch party. It's gonna be here in our office. It's gonna be by very own Mr. Dean Rivers. If you guys never heard this guy speak, he's very valuable. They say he's like the second smartest person in Keller Williams, right? So definitely, you guys make time, definitely come, learn, grow, take great notes, and you know, it's definitely be very valuable. All right, so this is a recap of family reunion, you know, a little highlight video here.
Giving you an innovation also.
Incredible leadership session this morning. I'm most excited about Command MP, take technology to a whole new level.
Keller Williams is phenomenal with the amount of education that they offer. I think that same knowledge when it comes to real estate.
It's really a balance.
It's here when you're in person.
I'm excited about inspirational morning.
I can't wait to get back, you know, with my team and begin to implement all of the great things that I've learned.
I want you to be the go-to person for your clients. There's so many people, there's so many contacts, and it's just the energy is unreal.
World class.
Yes, so make sure you guys do mark your calendars because next round is gonna be in Vegas. If you guys weren't able to attend this one, definitely make sure to attend the next one. All right, so these are the key takeaways from family union that was discussed by Gary Keller. Number one, the market has shifted. If you guys are market, you know the market shifted, right? Things have been much worse. That's true. I mean, right, Brian? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So as much as the news like the paint the dark cloud, things have been worse. KW is doubling down on tech, and that's a true statement. I mean, obviously, you guys have known that we definitely invest a lot of time, energy into command in terms of command training, as well as coming out different playbooks and code books about how to generate business through like open houses, social media, first time home buyers, seminars, things of that nature. And then it's time to charge the storm and thrive in 25, right? That's also a mission, because if you guys don't know, buffaloes, when there's a storm coming, they charge through it. They go through the storm, as opposed to other animals when they run away from it, right? So you guys need to become buffaloes and charge through the storm, right? All right. So these are just some resources that you guys will get access to. As you know, most of got the recap. So you guys can check those out. These are the playbooks I was talking about. Very informational. They go step by step, even with open houses as well. So definitely check out the playbooks. So these are upcoming trainings that we have virtually. So we have our KW community events here. Again, this will be sent out to you guys. So you guys have the dates continuing here. Also, we do have some free KW maps training, so if you do have time to jump on, definitely take advantage of this. And a lot of this training, normally it's only for mastery clients. So definitely take the opportunity. Designs, you gotta go in command, you definitely create your designs. Again, we have Women's History Month, employee appreciation, all that good stuff. So make sure you go in there. What's coming up soon that you guys see up there? Daylight savings time, right? Wouldn't it be nice for you guys to let your clients know that, hey, daylight savings time is coming up, right? Definitely send that out. Get some information. And it's not so real estate, right? You're providing them with some good stuff. So definitely send that out. Daylight savings time. Our diversity and inclusion, we have the real estate class is going to be March 23rd. So in Zoom, you can register for that. All right, making sure you guys are not calling people and do not call this. You don't want to be sued. It's expensive. So definitely make sure the people that you're calling, they are not going to do not call this. All right, so I'm going to go over the real estate market. So when you guys look at this graph here, what do you see what's changing in 2022? This blue line here, what direction is it going? So that means demand is doing what? Demand is going up. Exactly, right? Now look at this graph here. This is 12/26/2022. So what does that look like there? If we're looking at this here and we go across, how many days is that for expected market time?
120 days.
120 days. This is December 26, 2022, right? Now, you see this blue line, where's the market time going?
Down.
It's going down.
Less days.
Less days on market, right?
So
So from December 26, 2022, we're trending up to 120 days, right? And now being in the early part of, mid-March or early part of March, now we're trending down below 80 days. So we were tipping at a slight buyer's market. Now, what type of market are we going back to? We're going back to the seller's market. Literally less than 90 days, we have gone from a possible slight buyer's market down back to a seller's market. Yeah, it's crazy. It's a matter of short amount of time, right? Now, if we're looking at the luxury market, these are homes that are selling over 800,000 or more. That's what's considered luxury in the San Bernardino County. What's that trending in terms of demand? It's going up, right? So it's like, it doesn't matter what the price point is, demand is going up, whether it's a regular price home or a luxury home, demand is going up. And as we look over here this is January 2023, what's the days on market there for luxury homes?
100 something.
Right, like 100 something. It's lower. It's lower than what you guys saw on the previous house, right? And then here, if you look at the expected market time, what is it trending? Expected market time, what direction is that going? It's going down, right? It's going down. So what does that mean to you? So if you're telling your clients, you know, what's going on in the market, what are you gonna be sharing with them? You know, if you're talking to a seller, what are you telling them? I'm asking you, what are you telling your seller clients right
Get your
now?
house ready for the market.
Exactly, get your house ready for the market. Why, Coach Victor, why should I get my house ready for the
Well,
market?
spring is coming, summer is coming, we're gonna have all these families looking for new places. And the adjustable rate, you know, now they're saying about 8%, I would believe that, but. I think that adjustables are gonna start playing the role. And the amount of adjustable have increased already, the volume is high, so there are people pushing for adjustables. So I think, and then you can refinance in 2-3 years, I mean, there is not inventory.
So now you went to another conversation right there, because initially you talk about sellers, right?
Yeah.
And then you go to the whole refinancing your rate. So this is something that you can tell what type of clients? Your buyer clients, right? Because your buyer clients are probably giving you pushback, oh, you know, interest rates are high, I don't want to buy right now. But you listen to Coach Victor, he said you can refinance in a couple of years, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so that conversation that he just said right there, you can use it for part of it as a seller and part of it as a buyer, right? So even though the market is trending and you are seeing increased demand, it's still a great opportunity whether you are a seller or a buyer, right? And that's the messaging that you have to share, you know, with your clients. Because unfortunately, if they're getting information from everywhere else, everyone else is painting the dark cloud. You know what I mean? This is a horrible time to buy, it's a horrible time to sell. But you guys have to be the expert choice. You have to show them exactly what's going on in their backyard. Does that make sense?
yeah, and also you have to prepare the seller to be able to negotiate, because the buyer might come back and say, listen, you know what? I wanna close, I want the house, but I need help with my closing costs, with my buying down the rate. You know, so it's just what you put out there when you're taking the listing, so the seller is aware that you're not just trying for him to pay it down, but it might be the possibility that at the end, the buyer might be on a budget situation, cannot afford it, and now he's having this difficulty, and he's willing to upfront 5,000, 6,000, save the deal.
Absolutely. I love that. I mean, it's very important for you to educate your clients upfront and also let them know about different options and things that can come up. So absolutely. All right, perfect. So now I'm going to move on our meeting to our Mr. Mortgage expert, Mr. John. So come up, John, give us some mortgage tips and tricks. Absolutely, for sure. And before John starts, start sharing this guy's videos, okay? He sends out a video like every Tuesday? Every Tuesday, he sends out a mortgage tip, mortgage hacks. Telling you, I'm talking to agents that have shared his videos and people are calling them now. Hey, I need help with this. I have a question with this. So share his videos. You guys will get clients. I'm just saying. All right, John, take it away. Take it away, John.
I don't need to say anything else now. So I'm gonna share a few things. The last thing I'm gonna finish up with is kind of touching on what Kiara just went over, but couple of things. So I put some flyers on the desk and talking about FHA a little bit. FHA, you probably heard, it's all over social media everywhere. FHA lowered their mortgage insurance premium, right? So that's making it a little more affordable for buyers, which is great news because Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac for conventional have raised some of their loan level price adjustments is what they're called. So to give you an example, when the estimate I sent out yesterday on the rates with a buyer who's putting 5% down with a 740 credit score over a 45% debt to income ratio, today's rate is about 7 3/8. So if they're under a 40% debt to income ratio, the rate's about a quarter better at about a 7 and an 8. So they're doing some crazy things where they're adjusting debt to income ratios now and charging for it. So FHA has become a little more buyer friendly. So just keep that in mind. One of the other things that I want to talk about, actually John called me yesterday. He had a couple of clients that heard about the new Cal HAPA program. There's a Cal HAPA program that just came out, and literally the bulletin came out on Monday. We don't have guidelines on it yet. We don't have rates. We don't have anything. It's supposed to go live March 27th. But basically the way the program's working is you can purchase a home as long as you qualify for the program. They'll give you 20% for the down payment. So just use one of their examples. On a $500,000 home, they'll give you $100,000. And they're not giving it to you. You have to pay it back. But they're doing this new thing with Cal HAPA equity share. So they're gonna collect when you sell the property or refinance the property, their $100,000 back plus 20% of whatever the profit is. So let's say the home sold for $640,000. 640, they're gonna collect $28,000 just for the equity share portion of that, in addition to their 100,000 that's coming back. This is only for conventional loans. FHA is not doing that. So when we get more information, we'll definitely share, because that is something that's going to be used now. And again, we're not sure of all the details, but it's since California put this in their budget, there is a possibility that this is a program where funds will run out. Whenever they put these types of programs in their budgets, when the funds are gone, they're gone. So, but we'll get more information on that. That's what we're thinking, but we're not 100% sure yet. And just on income limits for Cal HAPA, just to give you an idea, they're pretty generous. For Riverside and San Bernardino, it's $173,000.
Wow.
$173,000 per household. Yes, well, they don't even go how, yeah, they go, I mean, it's per household, but they used to count individual people, and they don't really do that now. It's just a flat number. So, but it is per household.
That's very generous.
Yeah,
It is,
very
I mean,
nice.
Orange County, 235,000, and LA, 180,000. And so if you fit into that income and some other guidelines, which we don't know yet, that'll be something that's definitely going to be
5 years
beneficial.
ago, we were going 85,000.
Well,
Now we're going almost double.
it still is, because Cal HAPA goes off of 150% of the adjustment.
see.
So the actual 100%, I believe, is depending what area you're in, is about that $79,000, $85,000 range.
Do you know LA?
Not for the LA for here is 180.
Less than Orange County.
Yeah, that's Orange County. So, Orange County is the highest one.
235,
You know, yeah, it's 235. So that's a couple of things there. Does anybody ever go to the Inland Empire Inland Valley Association of Realtors? Like they're mostly they're in Riverside, they're in Rancho, but they take all of the numbers from around here, like from Chino Hills, Chino, all the way out to Redlands, Riverside, everywhere. So I pulled the January report because the February report is not out yet. Now these are their numbers, and this is something I want to share because this is the stuff we have to be sharing with people, right? So Chino, the city of Chino, in year-over-year price, median sales price from January of 22 to January of 23. Does anybody know how much it went up or went down in that period? So
One more time.
Chino, the city of Chino, and I'll get to Chino Hills as well. Chino, what was the year-over-year sales, median sales price from January 22 to January 23? Not the price, did it go down or did it go up in value?
No, it went up.
So they're saying here it went up about 7%, okay? So that's valuable information for sellers, right? Chino Hills, same period, year over year. Any idea?
I think it went down to 800 and something.
Well, I'm not looking at numbers, I'm
Oh.
looking at percentages. It went down 3%. Year over year, 3%. So some of your other areas, Diamond Bar went up 12%. Okay, Ontario is only down 1% year over year. Rancho Cucamonga's up 1%. Some of your areas that took some significant hits are like Upland down 12%, San Dimas down 12%, Redlands down 11%. There's the other one here. Canyon Lake down 13%. So there are some areas, right? There's these pockets. So the reason I share this is because this, in my opinion, is great information to share with your sellers and even the buyers, right? If you're buying at the right price in the right areas, you're probably not going to lose. You may lose slightly in the short term, but as we're talking about, you know, that we're leaning more toward the seller's market. So you're seeing multiple offers. And when you're dealing with your sellers, I mean, this is great information because they're afraid to sell because what are they going to do, right? That they don't want to take a loss. But I think that this is valuable information for sharing this with your sellers and your buyers. Now, if you remember a few weeks ago, my friend James was in here talking about multiple offers. He was in here talking about some appraisal stuff. And he had a property in Moreno Valley. It was a flip that he was actually doing, was his flip. He wanted $480,000 for this property. It's 3-bedroom, I think 2 or 2.5 bath. and I believe it was 1,500 square feet or somewhere around there. So he flipped it, he got it all done up in a couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks, put it on the market, had 5 offers in the first weekend. He listed it for $469.9, had 5 offers, got the final offer at $480, which is exactly what he wanted, and it's gonna be closing next week. So, to the point that you made earlier, multiple offers are still happening. And educating, I did a video this morning that I put on Instagram and Facebook. I actually I just took it off of KCM. So sellers need to do 2 things. They need to understand that your house has to be priced accordingly for this market. Those are the conversations you cannot be afraid to have with your sellers. You know, if James had listed this property at $480, he may not have gotten offers up to $480. He had 5 offers that he was negotiating with to get that price up to that. So I think the sooner the sellers understand that they can't list a price at what they think the top of the market. The market's speaking, whether it's in an up environment or a down environment, the market is speaking. It's up to us to educate them as best as we can to help them understand what the market is actually saying there. So I think like the video I put out today was, you need to understand that you need to price your house accordingly, and there's plenty of buyers. Don't think there's no buyers out there. That's what the media wants you to think. There's plenty of buyers that are willing to pay top dollar for good quality homes. And even if it's not top dollar, you know, at the very top, you could expect, hey, give some concessions. And I know that's easier said than done, but for these sellers, give some concessions to help these buyers, because unless you're in a multiple offer situation, that's what most buyers are looking for right now. We know that, right? So just a few tips I wanted to share. And one last thing is talking about opportunities in a high rate environment. With rates now touching 7, 7.25, 7 3/8 on conventional. I have one of my own buyers that was pre-approved going out. They decided to sit on the fence for a little bit. And my thing to them was, sitting on the fence, the market's only going to get hotter as we get closer to summer. And as it does that, you're going to pay more for the home, and you're probably going to be in a multiple offer situation. So continue to share with your buyers that even in a high rate environment, it's a great time to purchase. There's things you could do there to try to help. Like we've talked about the 2-1 buy down, you brought up the ARMs. So I think just don't be afraid to have those conversations. As far as, don't be afraid of talking about high rates. They are what they are. That's the one thing we have zero control over. But they have to understand it's not the end of the world, and they could still possibly bargain and get a better deal on a home, especially a home that's been on the market for a while. You know, if you have one of these sellers that's 50, 60, 70 days, you may be able to, you may hit them at the right time. So, yes, sir.
So, comment and then a question. So you're exactly right. Obviously, when you get a buyer who can afford to get in now, I mean, what happens when in the event that the rates settle back down to 5.5 or 6, what happens with the price? It should go up, right? I mean, because the rates are down, because affordability goes up, more people want to buy. So then over time, the equity starts to pick up because they timed it right. They got in when other people are listening to the media and saying, I don't know if it's a good time to buy.
Right.
So, when somebody jumps in, now the other thing to that is it's a show me market, right? So you having the stats, the data, saving all these articles, having charts like here shared, using, resources like my KCM or Keeping Current Matters. If you're not using that, get on it. It's free. Keeping Current Matters has a lot of great infographics that you can use. So to that point, show me. So the other side of the question was, for Cal Hoffa, can you buy units for that?
On this program, that's the thing.
I believe it's only single family.
On the new program that just came out?
Alpha, I believe so, because this is motivated for homeowners, not investors. So, but I'm not 100%.
I could check that, but I know, see, like on this one, Brian, there's literally no information on it yet. I mean, they sent out a 3-page bulletin and it sparked all kinds of fire on social media and everywhere, and we don't have any of the details yet. But I could check on that.
So 1 to 4 units.
Yeah.
So go for it.
John, just real quick, dealing with Cal Hoffa, are interest rates, regardless of this program or even the older, are they like in the 8s?
So this program, we don't know, because that's not even published yet.
Yeah.
But if you were using the regular CalHAPA program, CalHAPA and getting the zip loan and the My Home, where you're getting the down payment and the closing costs, you're looking, there were on FHA, they were in the, I think, the mid to high 7s.
Mid to high 7s, okay,
Yeah.
and then second question is there any way that they can utilize the 2-1 buy down and CalHAPA in that scenario?
Not on the CalHAPA, because the buy down is more toward, like, a lender is actually gonna hold that money back and disperse it monthly.
Sure.
CalHAPA is a totally separate program and you wouldn't be able to do that.
Makes sense, got it.
But to touch back on Brian's point, as rates do come down, we know that's gonna spark tons of, I believe we get to the 5.5 range consistently. You're gonna bring so many people off the fence that are gonna wanna buy. What are we still in? Super low inventory environment, right? That's just gonna cause demand the demand to go way up, but still no properties. So that's another conversation you have to be having with everybody, is that once that happens, you're gonna kind of be out of luck unless you have extra funds to come in with on these higher prices. So, any other questions? Nothing. All right. Well, thank you for listening. John.
Brian, to answer your question, they do count for that whole type of program.
So 1 to 4 units.
Yeah,
So
even condos.
So there's, I'm hearing that there's a couple of different type of townhouses. Then you have a new program. like-
That's a new program that just came out. They announced Monday,
Gotcha.
but they haven't given us all the guidelines.
So is it like a redact version or what?
No, that's still the CalHAPA program, which where this program's giving you 20% for the down payment. And it's
20%?
Yeah, and it's equity share. You have to pay back the 100,000 plus a percentage of your equity.
Okay.
And that's what I was saying, when it's equity share, it changes the whole program.
Everything.
Yeah, so it might not be for units,
Yeah.
it could be for investment, because that's here to invest.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But the other CalHAPA is still active. And
Gotcha. Which the other townhouse also does.
Mhm.
So that
The other one,
Is that the same income limits?
Yeah, they have CalHAPA.
the regular one, yeah.
So about 170 something thousand.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like to hear all the talk. Absolutely, for sure. And if you guys have other questions, you can definitely talk to John after the meeting. We'll definitely provide you with more value and continue to share the videos. You guys will get clients from it, I guarantee it. All right, thank you, John. Yeah, I guarantee. Exactly, for sure, I do. All right, now I'd like to welcome our today's guests, Tom and Brandon from Monarch Title. They're gonna come up here, they're gonna present their farming tools, all that great stuff, how you guys can become more productive and get more listings and get more clients and everything. So let's take them aboard. Yeah.
Well, it looks like you came at the right time, because the listings month.
Yes, exactly. Listing Madness month. Absolutely, yes.
So I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm Tom Roach. I've been in the industry for about 30 years. My partner Brandon Roach, I got him in about 6 years ago. This is my son. And one of the main reasons I got him in, I was praying that one of my kids would come with me, is the technology that he brings with social media. We have 5 platforms of social media that really does very well for our realtors and get you guys out to the masses. One of the programs that we want to talk about, and I gotta go back and film him right now, but I'll let him talk about it. But one of the main ingredients of this is all about listing. We have programs that will generate listing. If you follow how we train you to do it, and get this, it's absolutely free. It doesn't cost you anything to do it, right? Maybe a little bit of time. But once we train you on how to do it, you will get this. So with that being said, I'm gonna turn it over to Brandon. So let him.
So like Tom said, what we try to do is try to bring value to you guys, right? Try to be able to bring you guys listings any way possible in terms of what can we do on farming. And it's not gonna be the typical farming where I can drop something off and be like, hey, see you later, see what you're gonna be able to do with it, right? It's more like I want to be able to hold your hand through the process, to be able to see the end goal, which is to get a listing or even a buyer at the end of the day, right? So our main theme is that it's called Monarch Title Toolbox. So the 3 main things that I love about it is when you're pulling up a property profile, it gives you 3 lists. An out-of-state owner list, which is huge right now too, because a lot of these out-of-state owners haven't been getting their rent, right? So a lot of the agents that we deal with what we've been telling them to do is go to that piece of property, take a picture of it, write your CMA up, send it to that out-of-state owner, and you'll be able to get a little bit more, I would say, a warmer welcome when you send a picture over there. The reason why is because not a lot of these people come and see their pieces of property. They either rely on property management or someone that's, uncle, aunt, or someone that lives in California to take care of their piece of property. So that actually brings a lot of value to them because they're like, wow, hey, let's say Brian's coming out here, taking a picture of the piece of property. Well, he's really serious about it. And now I know the market's out there. So maybe, maybe it is time to sell. I haven't been getting rid. I don't want to deal with the headache anymore. I want to try to get top dollar. It's going into the seller's market again. Literally everything we're talking about. So that's a great list as well. Another thing is that, those people are renting inside there, right? So you have another flyer for buyers. So this is something else that you can work in your favor. So you're contacting the out-of-state owner, but also you're contacting the buyer too, because they're renting. Another list that I like that pulls up on there is absentee owners. So same thing with buyers as well. You can get the contact information of people living in California. So you can contact them to be able to see if they're ready to list their home. Because the same process, if they haven't been getting their rent on time, this is definitely something that, hey, let's try to get the most bang for your buck now, right? And the last one, this is all based off of property profiles, you guys. So I want to make it as easy as possible. Obviously, we need property profiles, has all the docs, links, it's beautiful. It's in color. The last one is a possible next seller's list. So based off of this, so let's say if you have a listing in an open house, these are the people I say, you bring them, invite them into your open house because they're most likely to sell. And this is based off of what I like to call life events, whether it's a death, divorce, let's say if they're death, divorce, basically anything, anything that happens in their life, bankruptcy, anything, right? These are people that we can contact as well. So definitely, those are the three main lists that I really like with this program. It's like I said, it's absolutely free, and it can definitely help generate business. We've been helping our agents. Hey, here's a list, and even if you guys aren't familiar with the program, I'm able to pull it up on myself to be able to send it to you guys to help you guys out. But like we do one-on-one trainings, we do Zooms, we come out here, do lunch and learns, anything possible to help you guys generate business. Another big one as well, which I gave you guys a paper in there, is Prop 19. If you guys are familiar with it, right? And the big thing is that not a lot of people are uneducated, or they're uneducated with Prop 19. A lot of these people that lived in these homes 30+ years, they're on a fixed income. They're retired. They don't know if they can, move and be able to even downsize and the property taxes. Well, I can't afford that anymore. Well, with Prop 19, they can. So a lot of the times when they think they can't afford it, this has been huge too as well. And also it's huge too. I mean, I don't know if you guys just do strictly just real estate or if you do lending as well. Because if they're not interested in downsizing right now, maybe they're interested in a reverse mortgage, right? So it's a twofer. But the one thing that I do as well is I try to narrow it down to people that live in 2-story homes that are empty nesters. Because at the end of the day, I would love to say that we could all walk up and down the stairs forever, but that's just not life, right? So this is something that's been huge too as well in certain areas. So I would definitely contact these people as well. This can generate those type of lists. And I want to say the last thing that I want to talk about is under statistics tabs that we have on here. It's a turnover rate. I mean, we've all heard of it. We've all talked about it. Turnover rate. Why are we spending money in areas that aren't gonna, have prosper? We're not gonna have any ROI. We're spending this money, $2,000 on flyers or campaigns in this area. It's 1% turnover rate in the area, right? So we want to make sure that we put ourselves in the best position possible to win. Right. And then at the end of the day, if I'm assuming a lot of you guys have social media. But I don't know if you guys are using it properly in terms. I know you guys have social media training as well, which is good. But that's like where I come into. So with all these farms, and we're able to get these lists, what are we going to do afterwards? I don't want to just it's collect dust on your guys' desk or on your email. You're not going to use it. But are we targeting specifically target farming? Are we specifically targeting them on Facebook, Instagram, even Google ads? It's huge right now. I mean, how many times have you guys wanted to go to a new restaurant or something, you looked up good restaurants in whatever city you're looking at, right? And what's the first that pops up? All the ads, but they have great reviews. I mean, sure, all you guys do great. You guys are gonna have great reviews. It's another thing. Make sure you're on Google, so when people look at the reviews, it's gonna be 5 stars. That's another thing. And then also YouTube, it's a huge thing as well. Definitely try to be able to be on there as much as possible. it's just that, like, my mindset is, we want 5 streams of income, that would be beautiful, right? So you have more money in your pocket, why aren't we doing 5 streams of marketing? Especially if you're a little bit slow right now. This is the time to be able to learn as much as possible, and that's where we come in. We try to come sit down, try to teach you guys, try to help you guys, get more educated on certain stuff. Because one of my favorite quotes is by David Goggins. Is be comfortable being uncomfortable. People are like, oh, I don't like to be on the phone. I don't want to be on video. No, you got to throw that out the window. We're in a new age. Technology is here and it's not going anywhere. So that's my really big pitch, especially with that. So be comfortable. I mean, when I first started, I was afraid, I don't really want to talk to people. And this was even when I was in high school. I was, very quiet, but I was like, no, you got to put yourself out there. You want to be successful, you guys know what to do. You guys have all the tools, and that's what I always preach. The tools are there. It's just how hard you want to work. So at the end of that, good.
Question, of all the farming packages that you're doing to the agents, what is the average turnover ratio that you?
The turnover ratio, so empty nesters has been huge in terms of turnover ratio. So that's like the big thing right now.
What are the numbers?
The numbers specifically,
8%, 10%, 20%?
I would say 8%, just depending on the area. That's because obviously empty nesters, there's going to be more in certain areas compared to others, but it's huge because people are living longer. I know some clients are looking into assisted living homes to purchase and to build now. People are looking for pieces of property to do that because we're not dying. We're not passing away as early as it was. The life expectancy is pushing.
Anything that you get, they say about 7%, this is still a good area to farm.
Yeah, so what I say, especially on the turnover rates, 5% or greater. I don't want to go too high because then that's saturated. The market's already saturated. So between 5 to 8, that's where I say that's where the money spot is, and then that's where we try to put as much as possible. So then when you do have these open houses, we can pull all these different types of lists. So then you have a different, sheet, flyer, or door knocker or hanger, and then you can market towards an event specifically. That's what we try to do, and try to help you guys market yourselves and be able to help you guys gain business and social media, farming, and any of that. Does anyone else have any?
Yeah, I have a question. How to determine the accurate the information from the system?
So the system it's obviously a public record. So everything that pops up is public record. And then we also have other, we have Title Code 247. We have different other platforms as well that we compare it to. And as far as we know, I use my agents as basically, hey, let me know if it's not right or if this is incorrect, because this company is all about you guys. They want to make sure that they're giving us, the best quality stuff out there, because if not, no one's going to use it. So they're all about that. There's also Premier data too, where you can pull up, leads, phone numbers, and emails. That has a slight cost. I think one of my agents pulled some up, and I think it would end up coming out to $5 for 50. So I mean, you just don't have a cup of coffee for the day. So
What was that called?
it's very, very inexpensive. It's Monarch Title Toolbox. So there's a flyer on one of them too as well. So I can sign you guys up and get you guys signed up for everything too, because it's absolutely free to be signed up. Our company takes care of the cost, and like I said, for us to get away around the SB 133, because obviously we can't do certain stuff as a title company. We do have the Premier data, right? And then there's even mortgage information as well on there too. So it does well for people, even if the numbers are bad. Let's say, oh, well, it's a bad number. It happens, landlines are not really a thing anymore, or cell phones, or, someone changes their number. They'll refund you. They're not the type of company where they want to take as much money as possible. They want to make sure their product is good coming out. So that's another thing that I really like about it. But as far as I know, I mean, from who I've dealt with, no one's had any issue with it. And if they did, I told them to contact me. I'll let them know, and let's try to, figure it out, because they want to make sure this is the best possible.
One of the main things too about this program, it is the only program that you pay as you go if you want to use the Premier data. The only program. So if you only want 10 leads, you want to work on 10 leads, so it costs you $5 or $6 to do it, that's fine. You pay $5 or $6. It's not like Zillow and some of these other ones where you have to pay $15,000, $2,000, and they give you a bunch of stuff, and who knows how good that stuff is. We all know Zillow's been sued lately for a lot of stuff that they haven't been doing right. But this is a really unique program. It's pay as you go if you utilize that. There's nothing it can't do. If you have something right now, a question that you think that maybe you used before with another title company or something else, let us know what it is, because I guarantee you, this program here, there ain't nothing we can't find, nothing we can't do. It's guaranteed to give you listings as long as you work those three free things. We're not even talking about going in, there's so much to the program. We can be here 5 hours talking about this program, how great it is. But the three things that we always tell the realtors are the three things he just discussed. If you follow those three, you're gonna get a listing. There's no doubt. Now, it may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, could be in 6 weeks. We've had people as early as 3 days get a listing. By starting to work that program. We have had people in 2 or 3 months on the next seller's list, get in contact with them, 3 months down the road, they remembered them, they got the listing. So it does work. Put us to work, we're here to help your business grow. We're kind of unique, we're different from most title companies. I always say, don't look at us as a title company, look at us as a marketing team. We're here to be your marketing team to help you get to that next level too.
Can you bullet point those three things again?
Yeah, so the three things that came up, so the next sellers, they're most likely to sell next. There's the out of state owners and absentee owners. So I kind of put those together,
Yeah.
because they're both, out of state and absentee, but empty nesters. That's the big thing that I really see what's going on right now. And like I said, it's because we're living older. People want down, and the key thing is the 2-story home. And that's because they can't go up and down the stairs unless you get one of those little scooters or, you go up there. But not a lot of people are doing that.
They're not building many single level homes.
Yeah, so if they downsize and they're able to take, you tie them with Prop 19, you're able to take those property taxes with you. They're not stressing because they're retired or on fixed income and can't afford it.
I'll give you one more nugget. Affidavit of death. You can combine that with empty nesters. To get that list. And that's a powerful list, because you all know when somebody passes away, your mom or dad, within 6 months, they're gonna be selling that house. I mean, that's real estate 101. We can do that for you, and the program does it.
Went to a wedding and I caught up with a buddy and I haven't seen him in years, and his dad owns a mortuary. We're talking throughout the wedding, he's like, man, mom, should give me your cards. He's like, dude, families come in and they're like, dude, mom passed away, like what do we do with the house?
Oh, yeah.
And these kids are coming, and their kids are coming from out of state. He's like, give me your cards. And I was like, dude, I never thought of that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
I want to start visiting every mortuary.
Staying over there, close to nature, huh?
Well, yeah, like Tom said, we're here for you guys in any which way. We work 7 days a week too. So if you guys need anything in terms on the weekends, shoot us a text. We might take a little bit longer to reply, because we might be doing something, but we'll get back to you. Make sure we take care of you guys, because I mean, you guys are working on the weekends, we should be working on the weekends. That's what we look at it. So.
Awesome. Any other questions?
We want to thank Brian too for giving us the opportunity to come in. I know we had the meeting with you a while back ago and when I was the program with him, but I'm telling you, this is just an unbelievable program that really helps realtors generate business. Give us 15 minutes of your time to sit down and go through stuff. And we'll be with you, holding your hand every step of the way until you get that listing. And once you get one, and then it's over after that, because you get to continue on working for it. It's pretty simple, not that hard, it's pretty simple.
Yeah, that's where it's at.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and give us a call. All our information is right there. We can set you guys up. I can talk to Monique too and get all your guys' information. I can email you guys if you guys are interested. I mean, we have ideas out there. Use them as little guinea pigs. I mean, we cover a lot of ground, so we know which areas are working and what areas aren't. Specific things, so.
Yeah, and last thing I want to end with, I know everybody has title people that work different. And I've been doing this 30 years, I've had people that have been loyal to the for all 30 years. I get that, I understand that, I respect that. But at the end of the day, if they're not putting food on your family's table and helping you in this market today to generate business, all I said, give us an opportunity. We don't want all the business. We want to just show you how to make business. And that's what I've done. Even through the years, I remember back in the day, somebody would always come to me, hey, Tom, I want to go to a Laker game. Back in the day, title companies, used to be able to do all that stuff, right? But I used to tell my clients back then, I said, if I take you to a Laker game and go have dinner, yeah, we're gonna leave, we're gonna be happy, but what do we absolutely learn? I said, wouldn't you rather me train you and teach you how to go out and get listening? but then you can buy your own season tickets.
So you don't
And
have,
everybody all agrees, yeah, let's do that instead, so that's what I mean, just so you know.
so you didn't have to buy your labor.
There you go.
And now they take us to the lake.
Isn't the rest of it just a guideline? Like that's just the base?
Well, you have to be careful with the kickback.
No, I know, I'm joking.
Yeah. Well, that's true, right? We should put it on.
Yeah.
Any other questions? All right, we appreciate the time and opportunity.
See you in a month. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. All right, so what do you guys think today? Was this valuable?
Yeah.
Yeah, not a lot of value today. Remember, this is our commitment. Every time you have a meeting like this, we always want to provide value to you guys. And also our next meeting, we're gonna have a broker. He's gonna provide some great value as well for our next meeting. Otherwise, any other questions? You guys are good to go? Thank you. All right. Gentlemen out there, if you have some lunch, you fueled up. So then you guys make your calls later. You guys will have to interview.
Yeah.